On top of our stories, let us see how the Quantum Academy's DCJ did in the 2025 RSPC. Have a quick glimpse into the performances and projects from the school's club culmination. Here's how the Student Council helped a home for the aged. See how more child development centers are expected to rise in underserved areas. Breaking down the $1 billion investment expected to boost early childhood education. Watch as Q-Kids emerge victorious at ESRAA 2025. Learn and listen about career choices, problems, and consultations. Straight from the Quantum Academy, this is Quantum Leap.
DCJ members from both optics and fledglings participated in the 2025 RSPC held at Isulan Sultan Kudarat on February 25 to 28, 2025.
The 4-day competition was held to determine the best writers and broadcasters in the region to represent Soksargen in the National Schools Press Conference. The program itself included messages from DepEd officials and the governor of Sultan Kudarat, Dato Pak Salimanguda Dato, a speech from Gretchen Ho, a TV broadcaster, as well as various performances. 2 writers from fledglings made it to the top 5, namely Patricia Castro from grade 6 and Alexis Lauren Carlos from grade 5, winning 5th and 2nd respectively. Optics' first issue also won 2nd in Best Layout and Design and will consecutively be sent to NSPC.
The 3 students and 4 pupils have been attending regular after-school training and DepEd held training every Saturday in preparation for this event. I am Debbie Viola, taking the leap.
Serving as an academic year-ender, the Quantum Academy students showcased their projects and performances at the club culmination and STEM Fair exhibit, respectively held last March 14 and March 18. The Quantum Academy's performing arts clubs held their culmination on March 14th at the school pergola. The program, led by club moderators Teacher Lister of Coro Animato and Teacher Maisel of the Quantum Dance Troupe, along with the student council and tech team, featured performances from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The evening began with an opening act by upper school members of both clubs performing Sing. This was followed by a series of performances highlighting various musicals. These included selections from Matilda, ABBA's music from Mamma Mia, singing performances from the Broadway musical Hamilton, and a dance performance from Disney's Encanto. The culmination also showcased well-known Disney musicals, including songs from Moana, Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. On March 18th, the Quantum Academy held its STEM Fair exhibit at Veranza Mall Activity Center in General Santos City. The exhibit, themed Unlocking the Wonders of Classroom Automation and Augmentation, showcased student projects from both lower school and upper school. These projects focused on coding, electronics, and augmented reality. The STEM Fair's program included opening preliminaries followed by an opening address. Coro Animato and the school's dance troupe provided intermission performances. The fair featured STEM project presentations along with booths from Genio and Scholastic. Attendees participated in online voting for the People's Choice Best Project. Projects were formally judged in categories including MBOT, Microbit, Innovative, and Arduino-based projects. The day concluded with a closing ceremony featuring additional performances and the awarding of certificates. The school looks forward to the expansion of existing clubs and the addition of new ones by the next academic year. I am Arthur Zerna, taking the lead.
To assist the elderly, the Quantum Academy Student Council set up an outreach program at St. Vincent Stramby Home for the Aged on March 21, 2025. Upon arrival, the council initiated a basic program for the elderly residents. The program featured intermission numbers performed by students, followed by a performance where the elderly residents themselves participated in singing and dancing. The student council then distributed food to the residents. Among the donated goods were essentials, consumables, and other goods that the elderly can use with their lifestyle. The event concluded with closing remarks from the Student Council. The Student Council remains committed to giving back to the community. Near the end of the school year, the Council hopes for similar activities to prosper in the near future. I am Amron Brooke Trout, taking the lead.
The Department of Education, or DepEd, announced last April 4 that more Child Development Centers, or CDCs, will be built in underserved areas across the Philippines to address the lack of such facilities, especially in low-income areas.
This follows a joint circular signed by DepEd and the Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, to provide clear funding guidelines for local government units, or LGUs, in support of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s Directive for Quality Early Childhood Education.
Buong puwersa ng pamahalaan, tutuparin po namin ang pangako na walang Pilipinong maiiwan sa ating paglalakbay patungo sa isang bagong Pilipinas.
The initiative prioritizes 3,800 barangays without CDCs, with LGUs required to provide land, teacher salaries, and operational costs, while DepEd evaluates and endorses fund requests through the DBM's apps portal.
DepEd hopes this will secure a better future by ensuring access to quality early education. I am Brent Lambino, taking the lead.
A joint circular signed early April by the Department of Budget and Management and Department of Education approved a 1 billion peso investment on child development centers in low-income LGUs, as lauded by the 2nd Congressional Commission on Education, according to PNA.
This joint effort targets 328 LGUs, which aims to pinpoint a gap that was highlighted in EDCOM2's Year 2 report that found 5,800 villages across the country without ECCD or early childhood care and development services. Amid this endeavor, Representative Roman Romulo commended President Marcos,
saying it is comforting to know that no less than the President is a strong advocate for our mission to fix the foundations of our education system. According to the circular, LGUs themselves must apply for funding through DepEd, and in return, these LGUs should provide at least 150 square meters of land and shoulder all operational costs. I am Armana Siranuela, taking the leap.
Good day, viewers. This is David Garcia, your weatherman, welcoming you to the third edition of QLeap's Weather Watch. As of now, the country is transitioning into ENSO-neutral conditions. According to DOST Pag-asa, while neither El Nino or La Nina will dominate, temperatures will continue to average highs around 35 degrees Celsius and lows about 21 degrees Celsius. However, temperatures could intensify at around 38.9 degrees Celsius in May, with a heat index soaring up to a scorching 48 to 50 degrees Celsius. With that, the risk of heat cramps, exhaustion, and heat stroke remain high. Stay cool and protect yourself from the sun. Skies are expected to be clear or partly cloudy 26% of the time, with rainfall averaging around 27% and soaring up to a 31% by early May. While northern Luzon, specifically the Cagayan Valley, is expected to be recorded with the highest temperature, General Santos City will not be an exemption. Authorities urge the public to remain vigilant and stay informed as the high temperatures intensify. Locally, General Santos City will experience high temperatures of around 33.4 degrees Celsius and lows about 22.4 degrees Celsius. Rainfall will be moderate, however, the public is still advised to take some precautionary measures for the ever-changing weather. Stay tuned for more updates and prepare for the ever-changing weather. This has been David Garcia, taking the leap, and with Weather Watch, our updates are a clear forecast of your day.
For Sportswas, Quantum students achieved impressive feats during the Soxargen Regional Athletic Association, or SRAA Meet 2025, held in Coronadal City during the first week of March.
The event gathered skilled student athletes from across the region, each representing their province or city in various sports competitions. Among the players, two of our very own Quantum students excelled in their matches. Student athletes Jan Gareth Espina and Marico de Assis both represented General Santos City in their respective sports. Jan Gareth Espina, a grade 6 Taekwondo athlete, delivered an outstanding performance, earning him gold in individual Pumse and silver in team Pumse. While grade 8 swimmer Marico de Assis claimed silver in the 1,500 meter freestyle and bronze in the 400 meter freestyle relay. In addition, Jan Gareth Espina has qualified for Palarong Pambansa, another multi-sports event in the country where exceptional student athletes represent their respective regions, which is to take place in Ilocos Norte from May 25 to June 2, 2025.
Congratulations to our young student athletes for a job well done. We look forward to seeing you reach greater heights in your sports careers. I am Jeffrey Factor, taking the lead.
Hello and good day.
Welcome to
POV,
Points
Opinions,
and Views.
For today's discussion, the essentials of career choice.
Hello, Arthur. So you're graduating in a couple of weeks. Have you decided on the course you want to take or the career you want to pursue?
To be honest with you, Armana, I've been deciding on the medical route, but the road there is still a bit bumpy and might be subject to a bunch of changes. And I believe that I'll just learn that as I graduate.
Quite fitting for today's topic.
So, let's get to it. One of the biggest things to consider in life is the choice of a person's field, employment, or ultimately their lifelong career.
Indeed, and as students of a college preparatory school and as senior high school students ourselves, it is imperative that we discuss and talk about all the factors surrounding such a topic.
The topic of diploma o diskarte is rooted in the primary question of where Filipinos set their career priority, on formal education or freelancing, and the common term of hustle and hard work.
To make it clear, the choice diploma refers to completing and earning a college degree, while Descarte, on the other hand, as you have said, is more concerned with freelancing and hustling instead of following a set process such as the academe.
Now, people vary their opinions on this subject, with some saying that a diploma is more important or having that Descarte mindset as more important. However, these types of opinions usually differ due to change and experience. For students in the Quantum Academy, however, we have a general idea of what that might be.
Yes, according to a survey conducted by members of Optics, which is actually featured in the school paper, 54% of TQA students prefer to choose diploma over Descarte, which could imply that more than half of the students in TQA truly value their education and see it as the main key to attain whatever their definition of success is.
Exactly. However, personally, I would say that in reality, diploma and Descarte go hand in hand. This is because the singular choice of one is very situational. It depends on the person's status or what they may go through in life. When you have a diploma, it basically means that you're qualified to do things in a specific field. It's an academic certification. But the success does not immediately come with a diploma. You have to have that sort of Descarte or hard work for you to be a good worker. And with that in mind, gaining academic certification or prioritizing work is completely situational, as I've said, and may vary from factors which may essentially change how they live their life in the long run.
That's true. So instead of asking diploma or Descarte, maybe diploma and Descarte are two sides of the same coin. Actually, when students are asked about it, their primary answer is that you need Descarte in order to get a diploma in the first place. So it just goes to show that perhaps diploma and Descarte really do go hand in hand. And even though as per the survey results, they all answer diploma ultimately. Another factor that we have to consider is the role of the family in the student's choice. Of course, when you choose a career, the influence that your family has, whether they're your parents or your relatives, it's very evident. The biggest concept that Filipinos face in making a decision when it comes to your career is the idea of passion versus practicality. Parents often advise their children to prioritize practicality over their passion, which becomes a huge hurdle in the decision-making process, don't you think?
Yes, I believe that familiar pressure is a big hurdle when it comes to a sustainable and ideal career. Students, as early and as young as they are often swept away from what they truly want just to help their family. And this is because they may want that validation, maybe from their parents, from their family members, that they will be the breadwinners eventually in the future. However, what most don't see is that this creates a false reality that harms their quality of work and that also creates a conflict of interest to what they truly want in life. This may even affect their income, their quality of work, and how they do things, and may ultimately affect their lifestyle. With that, a survey conducted on grade 12 senior high school from another school showed that the students felt the pressure of being compelled to meet the career expectations from their parents, having the family line of particular professions.
Yes, actually, another study showed that there is a significant positive relationship between parental pressure and career decision-making, meaning the former somehow influences the latter one way or another. Actually, it's not just about being the breadwinner or actually providing help to your family. Sometimes it becomes a very unconscious influence that you need to live up to what your parents think you should be doing or you should be in the future, which again, as you've said, harms their overall outlook on their careers and their interests in the long run, which isn't really sustainable.
With all of this said, with the facts, with the opinions given, even with all the burdens, the factors, and the fears, career choices can actually be helped with career orientation.
Career orientation is defined as the way individuals view and approach their careers, encompassing attitudes, preferences, and self-management skills that influence career choices and decisions. And with all that being said, and with all the points that we've made throughout this segment, career orientation is what gives you assurance of the steps you're going to take towards the career that you choose in the end.
I agree. As a grade 12 student myself, about to graduate and basically making choices that would affect how the course of my life will go, I'm actually facing one of the biggest obstacles, and that is the choice of a true career. In fact, I am still conflicted on becoming either a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever it is that truly interested me. At the same time, I needed a choice that was sustainable for my situation, and this was where career orientation helped my case. I asked basically other career professionals. I asked my family, I asked my friends on what they thought about what I wanted, and they were very supportive with the medical route. So essentially, as I was oriented on what I wanted in life through the career orientation, of course, I got more of a secure feeling.
That's true, and actually it doesn't only apply to grade 12 or graduating students, but also all the students, not only from TQA, but also all the students around the world. Remember that it is a necessary hurdle. It's something that we have to face one way or another, but it will also be a little easier with help. Remember that the career you choose is not set in stone.
We hope that our topic and discussion for today was insightful enough for you to learn something new.
Watch out for more episodes of Quantum Leap in the near future. It's been a very productive year, Arthur, don't you think?
I believe so. As the editor-in-chief of the Quantum Leap, we have progressed and we have accomplished so much in just the span of a school year. So I'm actually excited for what's next of the Quantum Leap. I am Arthur Zerna.
And I am Armana Serenuela.
And this was POV.
Hello, Kids! This is Jim. And this is Sugar. Welcome to another episode of TQA Amazing!
Oh, Sugar, you look dazzling today. But what's the occasion?
Thank you, Jim. That's because today we're diving into the wonderful world of celebrations.
Celebrations? You mean when people get together to share happiness and mark important events? But why do we celebrate these things?
That's a great question, Jim. Let's start with birthdays.
So, Sugar, what was your most memorable birthday?
I think when I was 4, because it was my first celebration at Kizuna. How about you, Jim?
Oh, nice. That's great, Sugar. Mine was my 11th birthday party, and it was in fact my first ever birthday party. My friends were there, and we all explored SM, and we also had fun.
Wow, that's cool, Jim. Well, you know, birthdays celebrate the day someone was born.
It's a way to show how much we care about them and appreciate them being in our lives. We often have cake, sing songs, and give presents to make them feel special.
Exactly. And then there are holidays. These are often celebrated to remember important historical or cultural events. Take Christmas, for example.
Christmas is celebrated by many people around the world to remember the birth of Jesus Christ. It's a time for family, giving, and spreading joy.
And how about Chinese New Year?
Chinese New Year, also known as Spring Festival, marks the beginning of a new year in the traditional Chinese calendar. It's a time for family reunions, delicious food, and traditions like giving red envelopes for good luck and watching exciting lion dances to scare away bad spirits.
That's right. Celebrations happen all over the world, and they often reflect the history and the culture of a place. Think about Carnival in Brazil.
Carnival is a huge celebration before the season of Lent.
It's a time for music, dancing, and incredible costumes. It's also a way for people to have fun and express themselves before a period of reflection.
Diwali, the festival of lights, celebrates the victory of good over evil. People light lamps and candles, share sweets, and sometimes have fireworks. It's a beautiful way to symbolize hope and new beginnings.
It's amazing how different celebrations can be, but they all bring people together.
You know, Sugar, all of these celebrations remind me of something important happening at the Quantum Academy.
Oh, you mean graduation and moving up?
It's a huge celebration for our friends who are finishing grade 12, grade 10, and grade 6.
Graduation celebrates the hard work and dedication these students have put in their studies. It's a moment to recognize their achievements and the knowledge they've gained.
And moving up celebrates the progress of students who are ready to move to the next grade level. It's a way to acknowledge their growth and excitement for what's to come.
Just like other celebrations, graduation and moving up are about bringing people together, students, teachers, and families, to share in the joy and mark a significant milestone.
It's a celebration of learning, growth, and the journey of education at the Quantum Academy.
So whether it's remembering a birth, a historical event, or academic achievements, celebrations are important for marking special moments and bringing communities together.
Let's all find reasons to celebrate the good things in our lives.
Till we see you again. Bye!
Best summer destinations in the Philippines. Planning to go to the beach on hot summer days? We got you. Boracay and Palawan are the top places here in the Philippines with the best beaches and resorts. Boracay, with their fine white sand beaches and clear waters, are for sure going to give you the most relaxing and fun activities. Take note, Boracay doesn't have an airport, so you will have to ride a boat going there. Next, there is Palawan, which is known as the Philippines' last ecological frontier. It is endowed with the rich natural resource and high diverse flora and fauna, and the host of many beaches with the clearest water in the Philippines. This is the best place to go scuba diving and see the fantastic aquatic life. Now, are you planning to admire nature, go on strolls and hikes? Want to experience camping with your friends and family? Here are the top places you can go to. Mount Pulag is the highest in Luzon and the third highest in the Philippines, while Mount Apo is the highest in the Philippines. Both have temperatures that could go from 10 degrees to 4 degrees, especially at night. Mount Pulag is known for its renowned Sea of Clouds. It has various terrains such as mossy forest, pine forest, and grasslands. Mount Apo, which is a dormant stratovolcano, is located in Davao City. Its terrain can be rugged slopes and boulders. There are sulfur vents and hot springs in parts of the hike. Just like Mount Pulag, you can also do day hikes or camp. Finally, do you want to go on vacation purely just for shopping? Or you can eat delicious food that will make your jaw drop? Then you should go to Metro Manila or Cebu City. And you can buy the best pasalubongs just for me. Just kidding. Metro Manila is home to the biggest malls in the Philippines. One of the best malls for shopping, SM Mall of Asia. Never fails when you are looking for the things you want to buy. Hungry for lunch? No worries, for there are so many food restaurants to choose from. You may get hungry just thinking of which one to pick.
Cebu City. Cebu City is one of the cities here in the Philippines where you can buy pasalubong for your friends and families. You can buy their famous OTAP snack in local stores to bring home. If you want to visit parts of the Philippine history, you can check out Magellan's Cross and other historical monuments.
If only summer break lasts longer, I could have gone to all these places. But of course, nothing lasts forever. My name is Isabella Cruz, and this has been the last episode of Gen Zone, where we bring today's generation into the zone. Bye!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Curiosity Show. So today, we're going to review your answers to my question from last episode. Wait, what was the last question again?
What are some effective strategies you have for managing stress during the heavy school periods, especially when dealing with heavy workloads and upcoming exams?
Oh, that was the question. I've been super stressed lately, and the question totally slipped out of my mind. But today, you guys will help me out. Maybe some of your effective strategies for managing stress can help me out before I go crazy. So before that happens, let's read your answers.
So respondent number 1 said, I prioritize and plan tasks to do every day. As I do my task, I always set a time where I set aside my schoolwork and give time to myself. We call it recreational time. It helps you feel less stressed since it is a time where you can do anything that you want that makes you feel in ease. I actually agree with respondent number 1 because I actually don't spend that much time on myself anymore because I'm so focused on my studies, and I think that's why I'm super stressed. That's why I need my recreational time. Respondent number 2 said, simply do the work. Oh, well, almost 90% of my academic problems is legit just me thinking it's too hard. The other 10% is me not understanding the material. I actually agree with this because, honestly, I literally procrastinate every single second when I do my schoolwork, and I think that's what makes me more stressed. So I agree with respondent number 2. Respondent number 3 said, sleeping. Wow, I feel so different. And it's all thanks to you guys. Without you guys, I will still suffer from stress. Maybe if you're feeling a little bit stressed, you can look at these answers so you won't go crazy. This will be the last episode of Quantum Leap. So, this has been Miguel Palma and The Curiosity Show, where all questions lead to endless possibilities. Until next time, bye!
Who knew that a school was built with innovation, creativity, and a high standard in mind? A school whose approach is not just about academic excellence, but also about nurturing life skills and character development of the students. Quantum recognizes the students as the focus of its educational process. That's why the students are guided to reach their highest potentials. Just as the school motto says, for ADWA, Ad Alta, which means greater heights are achieved through arduous work. Always remember that achievements are the products of hard work, determination, and visionary ambition.
Over there, is the one and only director of the school inside her natural habitat.
One of the academicians who developed the school, her thoughts when she first managed the school were simple. She wanted the children to be curious, to develop a love for learning. Running the school is nowhere near easy, but her love for education is what empowered her to to continue and to keep going despite all the challenges she faced. Overcoming those challenges were a testament to her dedication and resilience.
Let us take a step back, a blast from the past, back to the very first Quantum High School graduation, batch 2009.
Graduations are meaningful and memorable celebrations that no one ever forgets. Each graduation is a testament for what the school stands for. Every graduate leaves behind a legacy for the school. A Pamana. This graduation is special. Despite all the challenges the school faced, they finally did it. They produced graduates. It was like fulfilling a dream. The dream of making a difference in the lives of the children.
And that's 2 minutes. See you next. Oh, never mind. And that's 2 minutes. What might be next?
Every school has its textbooks, classrooms, and bustling hallways, but beyond those things are the people who make it all possible.
Today, we take a different approach, stepping into their world to uncover the stories of their dedication and the deeper reasons behind their lasting commitment to this institution.
They've watched generations of students grow, graduate, and move forward in life. As students, we recognize their role in our school, but rarely do we see the full extent of their impact.
A student's journey is written in paper and ink before they ever reach the graduation stage. Behind every transcript, every certificate, and every name carefully typed and recorded is a person who safeguards the past, present, and future of every student who walks through these halls. For the past several years, that key person has been Miss Shane. There are many great and active teachers in the Quantum Academy, but one particular faculty member that paved the way for piquing students' interest in the subjects TLE and Filipino is Miss Jennifer. While others simply teach for a living, Miss Jennifer goes beyond that. She has dedicated years in the classroom, discussing the rich language of the Philippines and exploring practical skills for various fields. Behind every well-read student and every insightful research paper, there is a dedicated person ensuring that knowledge is always within reach, Miss Judith Rose, or more fondly known as Ate Baby, who has been the heart of the school library, guiding students through the world of books and information. Her keen eye for organization and unwavering passion for learning make her an invaluable part of the school, shaping curious minds one page at a time. By the time the school awakens, Sir Rodelio has already started his day, ensuring every classroom and hallway is well maintained, safe, and ready for the students. For multiple years, he has been the quiet force behind the school's smooth operation. His genuine care for the school community has earned him the affectionate title of Kuya Bing, as students turn to him whenever something needs fixing or when help is needed. His work is the very foundation that allows the school to thrive every day. How long have you been in this school, and what brought you here?
Hi, my name is Kuya Bing. Nag-start po ako nag-work sa Quantum year 1999. Before working student po ako dati niyan. Tapos Ang ginagawa ko lang is mag-school. After ko ng school, balik sa Quantum. Nagpasalamat ako sa admin na binigyan ako ng opportunity na makapagtrabaho sa school at nag-help sila para makapagtapos ako ng pag-aaral. Thank you.
I've been here for almost 26 years since 1999. Pinasok ako dito ng dati kong employer na isa din na Founders School, which is si Dr. Marichi Veneracion Law.
I've been here in school for 20 years na. And I started 2004, yes. And then also ika 20 years na. What brought me here, yung reputation of excellent administration and teachers, and yung sense of community.
Hi, I am Teacher Shane, and actually, as of now, I'm earning my 19th year here in the Quantum Academy. So after graduation, as I was actually looking for a school who values continuous learning and who could help me develop my profession as a teacher. So after researching and looking for other schools, then I found the Quantum Academy. I stayed here longer because of the school environment as well.
What is one unforgettable experience you had in this school?
My one unforgettable experience, yung nag-travel kami abroad, kasama yung mga staff, taka yung sila Teacher Roger Cosette. Yun lang po. Sa Thailand po, Thailand. First time ko pong makalabas outside the country.
Yung unforgettable, yung napasayaw namin si Teacher Rose and Teacher Gazette. Dahil yon sa Bagyong Yolanda. So, meron kasi mayroong program noon na sa Concert for a Cause na lahat ng teachers, staff, pati admin, napasayaw niyan siya. Then para nakalikom yata yun ng almost 500,000 yung time na yon para ma-help doon sa Yolanda. Kasi yung school kasi hindi lang sa nag-focus sa school dito sa loob, kundi nagabigay din sila sa labas. Lalong-lalo na yung mga school supplies para sa other schools. Then hindi lang dito sa Jensa, nakaabot din tayo sa Babuyan Island.
One unforgettable moment or experience I have here in school is when we celebrated yung Mardi Gras. Kahit hindi kami marunong sumayaw, but we really need to teach our children to dance, no, and perform. And through that, I learned how I learned how teamwork works talaga, and yung self-confidence na build, no, as an individual.
Siguro personally, one of the most unforgettable experiences I had was when that was during my second year in school, and I was giving a daunting task to choreograph for a dance competition sa Linggo ng Wika. It was my first time to choreograph. Alam ko lang how to dance, but I don't know how to choreograph. And it was a house competition, so the pressure was on. So when we were announced as the first winners of the said contest, so parang nasabi ko na, uy, I can do it pala. So because of that, parang it started me giving a feeling of I can do something different pala. I can go beyond the box. Like I can be an inspiration and to lead others and inspire others as well. So yun, sunod-sunod na yun lahat.
What made you love the school that has led you to stay for so many years?
I really love this school because good salary, tapos yung magandang benepisyo na binibigay sa amin, yung ang makapag-aral ng anak namin dito ng libre, yun, pinakaano na yun sa amin, parang ano na talaga sa amin yun. Masaya na kami noon, tapos maganda din sa kanto, masaya. Tapos lahat nagtutulong-tulungan, tapos ang trust sa isa't isa. Thank you.
I love this school because of Teacher Rose and Teacher Kese. Dahil sa kanilang generosity, hindi lang sa akin, pati na rin siguro sa ibang teachers. Kasi kung sa akin lang, grabe yung ginawa, yung nila sa akin. At saka yung, syempre yung binigyan ka ng chance na maparal mo yung anak mo dito, which is yung karamihan gustong makapasok yung mga anak nila na hindi sila maka-afford. So kami, nagpasalamat kami kasi kung wala kami dito, hindi makaaral yung anak namin. Yan. Thank you.
For me, I love the school because of the generosity ng administrators, yung sila Teacher Rose and Teacher Cosette. Galing ako sa ibang school and na-experience ko yung unfairness. Pagdating dito, fair kami lahat. Kung ano yung work namin, yun. Kung ano yung sweldo na para sa amin, yun, deserve kami doon. And then, yun, yung opportunity, yung children namin makapag-aral in Quantum. There are lots of families who wanted to send their children in school, pero hindi nila kaya. Well, kami, we are given the opportunity na mapaaral yung anak namin dito. And I am so thankful and grateful for the school. That's why I really love the school. Ang sa akin yung pagiging fair sa lahat ng mga employees, sa lahat ng mga yung benefits namin, yun yung isa sa mga gusto ko, which I did not experience from the other school.
Mukhang nasabi na nila lahat, kumbaga, I do agree with them. Same thoughts, but on my part as an educator as well, I am thinking of the students, seeing how they develop. I want to impact more on them, like not just the students. I love seeing them develop. I love seeing them growing to become a successful person someday. And yun, the hunger for, the thirst for that, yun yung nagpapastay sa akin dito. And aside from that, yes, our colleagues, the faculty, the staff, we're working together. The environment is not as toxic as what I've heard from other schools. So yun. And then the admin, the school itself, and how they value us as not just as employees, but as an individual. And the challenges also that they are giving me. So that makes those actually things make me stay here. Actually, this is our second home. Quantum is our second home.
Today we honor them, not just for the work that they do, but for the heart they put into everything. Let this serve as a gentle reminder to show your appreciation. As the saying goes, a simple thank you goes a long way, because without them, this school would not be the Quantum we know and love today. I am Eliza Muhammad, exploring the extraordinary in the everyday one last time.
I am Arthur Zerna, taking the leap of countless opportunities and possibilities.
I am Devi Miyesha Danre Viola, taking the leap of endless knowledge and wisdom.
I am Brent Angelo Lambino, taking the leap of timely news and current affairs.
I am Armana Serenuela, taking the leap and seeking for truth.
I am Amron Brooke Trout, taking small steps and making a huge difference.
I am Jeffrey Factor, eSchool News, reaching out to you.